Alright, welcome back to TKO Takes, and it's now time for y'all to receive, pause, I don't know where this is going. It's time for y'all to receive my full card predictions. I mean, it's pretty much a main card. It's just a main card predictions for UFC Freedom 250, aka the White House card, Topuria versus Gaethje. Only 7 fights on this card, but man, there are some good fights on here. And the card kicks off with Diego Lopes taking on Steve Garcia. I'm going Steve Garcia. I don't care what y'all say. I know Diego Lopes is just a guy to not throw anything against Volkanovski and then to come out like a bat out of hell and KO Steve Garcia. I know Diego with that little cheeky mustache. I know he's that kind of guy, but I really like Steve Garcia. I think Steve Garcia is going to put Diego Lopes on the back foot, which, unless he lands a spinning elbow, we saw when Gene Silva was going forward and tagging Diego Lopes was having trouble with some pressure. So I think Steve Garcia is going to constantly go forward in this fight. Steve Garcia also makes himself really big paws in the cage. He's kind of like Arnold Allen in that case. Both guys are really good at just making themselves really big in the octagon. Steve Garcia covers a lot of ground. He's also way more active than Diego Lopes. He's kind of like a WMA fighter. He's constantly, toying with the lead hand, constantly doing something, throwing a jab, throwing a lead hook, something with that lead hand. So I just think he's going to be way more active than Diego Lopes. Diego Lopes made Diego hasn't gotten better, okay? He made 0 adjustments in the Volk fight. I couldn't believe it. It was a mirror for mirror the same exact fight. He's super inactive going against a really good striker. I'm trying to think of the other really good strikers Diego's fought. Brian Ortega isn't a great striker. Aljamain Sterling outstruck him for 5 rounds. Volkanovski is the best example. Whenever Diego went against Volkanovski, he froze. He freezes against good strikers. And Steve Garcia is a great striker. He's also very powerful. He's on a 7-fight win streak, 6 of them are by KO. Not against the greatest competition, but still, he's got great power in his hands. Really good left hand. So I definitely don't think he's going to finish Diego Lopes. Lopes is one of those guys where he's got an iron chin. So I definitely don't think Steve Garcia is going to KO Diego Lopes. But I think he'll tag him up and win by like a 29-20 decision. I can see Diego maybe taking him down. I think it could be kind of like the Gene Silva fight where he could definitely win a round just based off of getting a takedown and getting control time, taking control of the back, threatening rear naked chokes, landing some decent ground and pound. I could see that happening to Steve Garcia. But I also like Steve Garcia's stance because he's also pretty low. So the calf kicks are there for Diego. So Diego should definitely go to the calf kicks. So he could chew up the lead leg of Steve Garcia. I have a feeling this is going to age bad. And Diego's now going to take out the calf of Steve Garcia. But Steve Garcia is in a low stance. So he needs to watch out for the calf kicks. But also helps with the takedown threat from Diego Lopes. Who doesn't even shoot that many takedowns. Okay. The only reason he got a takedown on Gene Silva is because he overextended on a shot. And the back was just there to take. So Steve Garcia could throw something big in like the second round, miss, and then Diego takes the back and then controls him in the second round. So I can see Steve Garcia losing the second round. And then I just think he'll learn from his mistakes in the third round and just be safe but be active. I just think he's gonna do more. He's gonna outlane Diego Lopes, and they're probably close on power. So I don't see Diego being inactive but landing the bigger shots, doing the more damage on Steve Garcia's face. I think Steve Garcia is going to win this fight, be more active. He'll be my first underdog on this card. So I like Steve Garcia. Just seems like a nice guy, very exciting fighter. So hopefully Steve Garcia and Diego Lopes put on a show. And whenever Dana first announced this card and I saw this was opening it, I'm like, oh my gosh, this could easily be feature fight. This is a better fight than Zahabi O'Malley. Like, this is a great fight. Could easily headline an Apex event, but no, this could headline Mexico City. This could headline so many good fight night cards. You could put this as a feature fight on a pay-per-view. Amazing fight, but I'm gonna go Steve Garcia by 29-28 decision. And then next up on the card is Bo Nickal versus Kyle Daukaus. Am I going for another underdog? Yeah, I'm going Kyle Daukaus in this fight. Let me tell you about Kyle Daukaus. He's got really good boxing when you try to come in on him. Now, if it's at range, he's not much of a boxer, but when you try to blitz forward on him, he lands some short shots, and it's always the short shots that take out guys. So, he's got nasty ground game, great submission, so I think I'm going to go Kyle Daukaus here. Bo Nickal showed a lot of improvements against Rodolfo Vieira. Was much more comfortable on the feet. And then that takedown he got on Vieira in the first round was nasty. So I think Bo should, to win this fight, I think he should immediately start wrestling. Don't give Kyle a chance. I think he should go full Dagestani on Kyle Daukaus. But I think he's going to try to KO Daukaus in front of Trump. Or maybe he's a genius striker now. Now that he's able to read minds, if you know, you know. Maybe he'll be able to outstrike Daukaus. But Bo Nickal is a wrestler that crashes forward. Okay, he tries to land his overhand left. He kind of shimmies with the jab and tries to land overhand left. I just see Kyle just going with an uppercut. When he's going for that overhand, he can either go straight or go with an uppercut. I think he'll catch Bo with something short. And I think Bo will panic wrestle into a Darce choke. I think I may be cooking here. I think Kyle Daukaus can get this. Now, my only concern is that like Bo Nickal could just chain wrestle him to death and then win kind of by like a boring decision. I just think if it stays on the feet, Kyle Daukaus is gonna win because he's super awkward. He's kind of like Rainer the Ritter who beat Bo Nickal. Kyle can throw. He's 2 inches taller. He can't throw those knees up to the body against Bo, who does, has pretty soft body. I can say that coming from a soft body myself. But I can see Kyle just being awkward on the feet, like Rainer the Ritter, throwing up the knees, throwing up the double jab, and then uppercut or hooks. I don't know, man. I just see Bo Nickal getting frustrated on the feet, go to do his normal overhand left, and getting caught with something short, and then boom, wraps up the Darce. And the Darce Knight gets another Darce in the UFC. And what a big win it would be for Kyle Daukaus. Now, he's an obvious underdog in this fight, but I'm going with Kyle Daukaus. Back-to-back underdogs start this card off. I'm living on the edge. I'm feeling good, man. Maybe could be a little tipsy. Maybe it's that. Also, we got Conor in July. That's crazy. July's gonna be crazy. We got Odyssey. We got Spider-Man and Conor in the same month. Woo! But yeah, I'm going freaking Kyle Daukaus. And then next up on the card, we got a goofy fight. We got Mauricio Ruffy taking on Michael Chandler. Mauricio Ruffy is going to send him to the Shadow Realm. I don't know why they made this fight. Alexander Hernandez versus Michael Chandler should have been the fight. Okay, Mauricio Ruffy, I'm going to matchmake lightweight for y'all. I think Conor versus Max was not the fight to make. I think that's a big mismatch, and it takes away some great fights at lightweight. You should have done Conor versus Jorge Masvidal or Colby Covington before Covington retired. He obviously would have stayed to fight Conor. So you pair Conor against some more even matchups like Colby. Heck, Stephen Thompson would be a great fight. Conor versus Stephen Thompson, that would be a great fight. But they should have done that. And then Mauricio Ruffy taking on Paddy Pimblett, and then Holloway versus BSD. Oh my gosh, Holloway versus Benoit St. Denis would be a crazy fight. That's what they should have done, but instead we got Michael Chandler, who I think should have took on Alexander Hernandez. Hernandez deserves a ranked opponent. He's on a great win streak right now. But whatever. We got this fight. This is what's going to happen at the White House. Mauricio Ruffy is a great striker. He's got great counter hooks. He's quick on the feet. He's got good front kicks towards the body. Michael Chandler just goes in and out, tries to land a big overhand, and he'll probably shoot a takedown this fight, then give up after he doesn't get it. I imagine Ruffy's definitely going to have much improved takedown defense. Obviously, BSD was able to out-grapple him. But Ruffy has good grappling. The big mistake against BSD is that instead of... because he would reverse BSD, and then he would stand up. And then it gives... You just don't do that against wrestlers, because then it gives them another chance to take you down. Meanwhile, you just get the control time and win the round. It's why Sean Strickland laid on top of Chimaev, because he knew as long as he's on top of Chimaev can't take him down and score points against him. So strikers out there, you up and coming striker, if you reverse a grappler, stay there. Don't just stand up. But Ruffy has good grappling. But BSD is just solid. And it was still like about a year ago that fight happened. So Ruffy is just an incredible striker. And if Patty can catch you, Ruffy's gonna KO Chandler. Chandler's been out for a long time. He got destroyed by Paddy Pimblett. How you get outstruck by Paddy Pimblett? Like, come on. Ruffy, his bread and butter is striking. How can I pick you, Chandler? Like, he's gonna try to crash in. Ruffy's gonna stay calm, and he's gonna pick him apart, and he's gonna land some nasty counters. He could try to throw up a knee when Chandler shoots a very telegraphed takedown. I'm struggling to see how Chandler wins this fight, and I don't know why they made this fight. It should have been Paddy versus Ruffy. That would be a great fight, but yeah, got Chandler versus Ruffy, and I don't know, man. I went with 2 straight underdogs. I'm gonna go with the favorite here, Mauricio Ruffy. And then up the card, we got Derrick Lewis versus Josh Hokit. How does Derrick Lewis get the number 5? Also, I actually made Derrick Lewis the red corner, but Josh Hokit's ranked number 5. How did Derrick Lewis get the number 5 guy in division? How? He looked awful against Waldo, and he probably didn't even deserve that fight. I thought it should have been Derrick Lewis fighting Walter Walker. You know, Walter getting his shot up the rankings. I don't know what they're doing with him. Johnny Walker got a fight before Walter Walker at heavyweight. What is going on? But how does Derrick Lewis deserve this fight? He quit. He quit against Waldo, and he has a history of doing that. I love Derrick Lewis. Look, I remember back in 2020, Fight Island days at the Apex when he knocked out Curtis Blades, and before that he knocked out Olenek with nasty ground and pound. You know, I love Derrick Lewis, okay, but he's been trash lately. But I get it, like he's Trump's favorite fighter. I'm sorry, Colby. Colby in shambles right now. I'm sorry. And then Josh Hokit, obviously, you know, loves America and all of that, and deserves to be on this card after his fight of the year against Curtis Blades. My goodness, what a fight. So, both guys should be on the card, you know, but against each other, I don't know about it. But anyways, let's break down the fight. Am I going to make a prayer video about why Josh Hokit should win this fight? Yes, but that's besides the point. Josh Hokit is going to destroy Derrick Lewis. He is much faster than Derrick Lewis. I don't think Derrick is going to have a shot to land an uppercut or overhand right, because the speed difference is just going to be crazy. Okay, if Curtis Blades couldn't line up a 1-2 to KO Josh Hokit, I don't think Derrick can. Curtis Blades has such an underrated 1-2 down the middle. Lethal stuff. And he kept landing it over and over against a gassed out Josh Hokit that still never got dropped by Blades. Got wobbled a few times, but he never got dropped, and Blades has pop in his shots, and Derrick Lewis is just a shell of himself. And the speed advantage is just going to be crazy for Hokit. He had a crazy speed advantage over Blades, and Blades is decent. He's decent. He's not a blob. He's got some pop and he's got some speed. But Josh Hokit was faster than him. And Josh is not going to shoot a takedown. He shouldn't. Yeah, he's not dumb. Maybe, I don't. He's not dumb. At least fight IQ wise. Well, maybe he is. Okay. I don't see him shooting a takedown. He doesn't need to. He's going to land a jab. Dude, a Waldo jab made Derrick Lewis quit. Like, Josh Hokit is going to land a 1-2 immediately and just make Derrick Lewis crumble. I don't know what else to say about this fight. It's like Ruffy versus Chandler. How is Chandler going to win? How is Derrick Lewis going to win? Does Derrick Lewis come out and look like Khabib and start grappling Hokit, try to gas him out? He'll gas out before Hokit. He doesn't have good cardio. I think Josh Hokit's going to get him with a 1-2 down the middle, put him out in the first round. What other prediction is there to make? You know? So, sorry, Derrick Lewis. I'm going to go Josh Hokit by round 1, TKO. And we're on to the feature fight of this card. We got Sean O'Malley taking on Aiemann Zahabi. And this is a good fight. Aiemann Zahabi is tricky on the feet. He's got a cheeky little Philly shell that he likes to throw. He throws some hard leg kicks. And every once in a while, he'll snap out of being technical and just try to go forward and wail punches on you. So, he's a decent striker on the feet. But, oh man, if Cheeto can drop you with a jab... Aldo nearly put him out. Even though I think Song Yadong arguably beat Sean O'Malley, Song Yadong makes it hard for everyone he fights. It's never easy. Sean O'Malley, I think after a newfound confidence, coming off a win, coming off a third round where he beat the crap out of Song Yadong, I'm going to go with Sean O'Malley. I think he's going to have some tremendous speed advantage in this fight. And Aiemann just crashes forward recklessly. I can't unsee that. I can't just... when I was watching a Cheeto fight, I just kept imagining, oh man, imagine if it was Sean O'Malley. Because Aiemann would just start just going ape shit. He turned off his brain and started just go wailing on Cheeto. I just see Sean O'Malley side to side forward, boom, you know, exactly what he did to Aljo. Just landing some nice pop shots here and there on Aiemann, who is chinny. Aiemann Zahabi, he has good recovery, but Aiemann is chinny. So he's gonna get dropped in this fight. I don't think O'Malley will finish him. I think it'll go to decision. I think it'll be like a 30-27 masterclass for Sean O'Malley. I think it'll be like the Thomas Almeida fight without the KO. Maybe he gets in the third round. Sean O'Malley does really good in the third round. But yeah, I think Aiemann Zahabi, he's gonna crash for. He's gonna land. Aiemann Zahabi's gonna win the first couple minutes because Sean has been patient in the first round in his last couple fights. So I think Aimann's gonna outland him, land a couple good jabs to the body. He's gonna land a couple good calf kicks, and Joe Rogan's gonna be like, "Hey, remember that calf? The perennial nerve kick. Cheeto landed on him, you know." So I think he'll land a couple good calf kicks, some jabs to the body, but then I think he's gonna turn off his brain, crash forward once he backs up O'Malley. I can just see O'Malley dropping him once around, you know. Doesn't need to be his right hand. He's got power in both hands. That's the thing with Sean O'Malley. Fights really good out of southpaw and orthodox. So, I'm gonna go with Sean O'Malley by 30-27 decision. I think he's gonna drop Zahabi in every single round. I think it'll be where Zahabi's doing good at the start of the round, outlanding him, and then boom, O'Malley's just gonna win on damage. So, I got O'Malley by 30-27 decision. And then we got Ciryl Gane versus Alex Pereira. Oh boy. Alex Pereira is going to Muay Thai this guy up. Okay. I rewatched the Tom Aspinall fight, and I was actually quite impressed with how Aspinall did against Ciryl Gane on the feet. Because he had the better kicks. Now, Gane landed a few good jabs on him, won the boxing exchanges, but Tom Aspinall was the better kicker. It was crazy. He was the better kicker in that fight. He hurt Gane with a leg kick before the eye poke. And then just mixed up well with the head kicks too, landing a spinning kick while Gane was circling back, running away from him. So Alex Pereira has a really sneaky lead head kick. He may get Gane with it. And after seeing Pereira just say F it and go after Ink Alive and not play games anymore, oh, I gotta go Pereira. I think Pereira's gonna be the first ever triple champ, even though it's interim. We'll still count it because I like the sound of Pereira with 3 belts. I mean, I think it'll be a very cool image in the octagon if we get it. Imagine Alex Pereira, 1 belt on the right. Or I'm dyslexic. You get what I'm saying. And then one around his waist. That would be cinema. So I think Pereira's gonna go forward and cut off the cage. He's gonna land some good calf kicks on Gane. Look, Aspinall, Tuivasa have landed some good leg kicks on Gane. So, I think Pereira's gonna do. I think he's gonna do exactly what he did to Ink Alive. He's gonna, Gane's gonna start out in southpaw. His, I believe that's his natural stance. He switches a lot, but I'm pretty sure Gane is more of a southpaw. So Alex Pereira is gonna kick his leg, make him switch orthodox, and then bam him with something. Either it's the right hand again against Ink Alive, or it's the left hook, or it's the lead head kick, which Aspinall almost landed on Gane. So there's a lot of options for Pereira in this fight. The way Gane wins is by catching him and maybe knocking him out Adesanya style, or just out kickboxing, out point fighting him for 5 rounds. You know, Gane's got to land an Adesanya shot to beat Pereira in this fight, in my opinion. Which we've seen. Pereira, as he's gone up in weight, his chin's been just fine. He was literally okay. I keep seeing Chimaev cut 40 pounds. No, he didn't. We're acting like Chimaev is just insanely big. He's not. He probably cut from, I don't know, 200 205. Like, he's not a crazy big guy. We're acting like he's 225 pounds. Like, Alex Pereira was 220 pounds cut to a middleweight. 225, 230 in some of the videos he showed of him on the scale. Alex Pereira was actually a skeleton in his middleweight fights, and that's why his chin was so bad in the Adesanya fights. And we've seen he's took shots from Prohaska. Roundtree landed clean shots on him. Took shots from Jan Blachowicz. Like, you know, he can take shots. Ankalaev landed a good one on him, but Ankalaev's got really underrated power. Ankalaev's got some pop in his shots. I doubt Gane's going to knock him out in this fight. It could happen. Pereira could get overzealous, and then boom, Pereira or Gane lands a vicious left hand and puts Pereira out. Maybe based off the Taliesin Teixeira training footage, but there's no context behind it. We don't know if that's round 10 Pereira that's tired against Taliesin Teixeira, and that's why Taliesin is piecing him up. And Gane's also not 6'7". He's got a long reach, but he's, you know, there's no context behind these training videos. So for all we know, that could have been Teixeira's first round. Just walked in the building. Pereira's been in there for 3 hours already. We don't know. So I'm not gonna pick Gane because Taliesin Teixeira is landing shots on Pereira based on some training footage. So I trust in Pereira going forward and making Gane really nervous. Really nervous. He's just gonna. He can either go with the left hook, he can kick his leg and then switch with the right, or he can land his really underrated lead head kick. I think he's gonna get him with it. It's so quick. I think he's gonna get Gane with it because, you know, Gane does a good job keeping his hands up. Every now and then, you know, who do this little shake and bake thing, keep his hands down. Boom, left high kick up. I think that's what he's gonna get Gane with. And let's say the second round, maybe even first. I think Pereira's done letting it go to decision after an Ankalaev fight. He's like, I never want to be in a close fight again. And Pereira Ankalaev is like the closest fight I've ever watched. It's actually crazy, but I don't think he wants to go to decision again. I think he's gonna go out there, do exactly what he did against Ankalaev, and walk out of there for third belt. And I'm really excited for this fight. It's a great fight, and whoever wins, it's a very intriguing fight of Aspinall. So either way, I'm happy with whoever wins, but I really want to be Pereira. Maybe I may. You know what? I said I was gonna make a Josh Hokit Pereira video. I may change it to Pereira. Let me know in the comments, guys. Would you rather see a Josh Hokit Pereira video for him winning, or a Pereira Pereira video for him winning a third belt? Let me know, because based off of that, either way, I could definitely yap for a couple minutes about that. But yeah, I'm gonna go Pereira by round 1 KO. All right, co-main event of UFC Freedom 250 is Topuria against Gaethje. Justin has a chance in this fight, y'all. Okay, I'm not going to pick Justin Gaethje. I'm going to pick Ilia Topuria by vicious KO. But Justin has a shot. Here's why. First off, Ilia Topuria has one of the just heaviest boxing stances. So Justin can land some good calf kicks on Topuria. But a reason why I love Ilia is that he throws leg kicks back. Okay, he landed some really good ones against Volk that hurt his leg. He landed really good ones against Holloway. So Topuria has really good calf kicks. He doesn't have to worry about Gaethje trying to take him down. Even though Gaethje says, "Oh, I'm training the wrestling." Don't. You'll get submitted. Look what happened when Charles tried to grapple against Topuria. And that's Charles Oliveira, the guy that's been absolutely ragdolling Holloway and Gamrot. He tried to take down Topuria and got reversed and got put in a crucifix. And because he's Oliveira, best jiu-jitsu of all time in the UFC, he was able to get out of the crucifix. But imagine if Topuria gets the crucifix against Gaethje. It's over. He's getting a straight arm lock, or he's elbowing him to death. So don't wrestle Gaethje. Don't wrestle. But he can land some good calf kicks, and Gaethje's really improved his head kicks. Now, he didn't throw any against Paddy Pimblett, which was a huge mistake because Paddy keeps his hands down and doesn't move his head. Why didn't Gaethje throw more head kicks? Why was Paddy the one timing the head kicks on Justin Gaethje? Why was that happening? But Justin Gaethje also, he's got good head kicks, and if he wants to win, he needs to throw them against Topuria. But Topuria is 4 inches shorter than him, so those head kicks are there. You know, it's kind of like Volkanovski Islam style, how, you know, Islam's able to easily whip them up against Volkanovski in both of their fights. So those are the paths to victory for Justin Gaethje. But man, Gaethje looks so bad against Pimblett. Even though he clearly beat Paddy Pimblett, he looks so bad. That whole time I kept picturing, oh my gosh, imagine if this was Topuria circling off and then countering. Oh my gosh, you know. So the fact that Paddy was able to counter Gaethje a bunch, and it's just like if Paddy had more power in his hands, he would have beat Justin Gaethje, you know. But Gaethje looks so bad. I guess it was because he wanted to show Paddy like he just doesn't respect the power coming back, so that's why he was walking like a zombie. I don't think that's the case. I just think his technique is just terrible in these high pressure fights for whatever reason. Look really good against Dustin, but besides that, it's like he's so sloppy, especially when it goes against a really good striker like Topuria. He was so sloppy in the Pimblett fight. He's there to be countered. Okay, Gaethje loves doing this with his hands and then going with the lead hook. I just see Topuria ducking, coming up the uppercut, or stepping back. You know, the boxing skill difference is just gonna be crazy because Gaethje has a left hook and like an overhand right he'll sometimes throw, but it's mainly the left hook that he throws with his hands, and Topuria keeps his hands up. So I don't know how Justin wins this fight besides calf kicks and maybe trying to mix in the wrestling, but I don't know, man. I think it'll be a close first round. I think Gaethje will land some good calf kicks. Ilia's gonna be patient. He's also been out for a year, which I don't think ring rust affects Ilia based off the Oliveira fight. But maybe you know it's been a year off. But then in the second round, so whenever they bump fists at the end of the round, you know they're like, you know, good job. Ilia's gonna whisper, "I miss her," and then Justin's gonna be like, "No." And then Topuria, he's gonna use his jab to set, just like he think it's over. He's gonna set up the jab. Oh, Gaethje with his new like stance like this, the jab is just there. Like he tries to move his head, but Ilia's so accurate. The jab is there. He's gonna bust up Gaethje's nose, and then he'll start going to the body of the jab, and then he's gonna start throwing 1-2s, and his 1-2s are so good. There is so much power in his right hand, but both hands, because he knocked out Holloway with a left hook. So it's like, what are you supposed to do against this guy? What are you supposed to do? Gaethje's gotta throw head kicks. That's his only chance, and he's gotta try to perennial nerve deaden the leg of Topuria. That's what he has to do in this fight, and make it dirty. But it's like if he tries to crash in, he's just gonna get countered the hell, because Ilia is also fast at lightweight. He's fast. Lighter man skill. This guy was a 45 champ. Lighter man skill also has to be a factor in this fight. But the way he was able to just deal with the pressure of Oliveira, that's also super impressive. Dealing with the pressure of Oliveira, phenomenal job. So whenever they separate from the grappling, Topuria was so quickly just able to circle out, jab to the body, jab to the head, and then 1-2 left hook right. It was so nasty, so beautiful. I think in the second round he's gonna knock out Justin Gaethje, and the meme of Ilia saying the Trump, why would you do this to Justin? It's gonna age so well. He always ages so well. Him saying sorry to Oliveira, I'm sorry I had to be you. Oh, I love Topuria, man. I love him so much. I think he's gonna beat the crap out of Justin Gaethje. I think Gaethje will put up a good first round, but once Ilia gets his reads, once he goes in Peter Yan mode, it's gonna be over. So I got Topuria by round 2 KO, but I'm really excited for this card. Come on, Daukaus. I believe in you. But yeah, I'm really excited for this card. It's a great one. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments. Who you think is gonna win all of these fights, and if you agree with my takes or not. But I appreciate you guys for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe for more anything videos. I make videos about anything, but UFC is a true passion of mine. But I also make videos about, you know, TV, movies, and all that, even music. So like, subscribe if you want to hear my thoughts on anything, especially UFC. And God bless you all. America.